America's immigration crisis begins in faraway places like this. Not at the Texan border, but much further south, at the very bottom of Mexico, where impoverished Central America barters back and forth across the Suchiate River. So here's the scene. On that riverbank is Mexico, on the other side Guatemala, behind me the official crossing point. But here is where all the important stuff happens. Smuggling, cocaine, marijuana, people, and most recently tens of thousands of children. 10 minutes by rickshaw on the Guatemalan side is the central bus station. All day long, passengers step off buses direct from Guatemala City, El Salvador and Honduras. The migrants carry new backpacks ready for the journey north. Some wear smart clothes provided by their smugglers so they'll fit in America. And the smugglers, or polleros as they're known, are ever present. They earn thousands of dollars for each migrant they usher to the US. It's very clear what's going on here. These people are surreptitiously being handed on into a network that will take them across the border and attempt to take them all the way to the United States. We see a young girl carrying a Disney backpack, talking on the phone. We don't know for sure what's happening, but normal practice is that with each stage of the journey, the family gets an update by phone. She doesn't seem to know either of the men she's with. Neither of them would speak with us. She's handed by one to another, who leads her across the street into a waiting room, out of sight. She's being made to sit down in the room over there. Workers at the bus station describe the waiting room as the office of the smugglers. We're advised to leave. But then we spot her again at the crossing. This time she's on a raft with another young boy, two teenagers and two different men.
Hola, buenas tardes. ¿Será que podríamos hablar con los niñitos?
We call out to them, asking if we can talk to them. There's no reply. Asking where they're going. They turn to hide their faces. They cross to Mexico and are hurried onto rickshaws. We try to ask if she's okay, if everything's all right. But she's given no chance to reply. We don't pursue them any further for fear of endangering her. Just over the Mexican border, we find others on the journey who can speak. What do you think most Hondurans believe that they will find in America?
Tranquilidad, paz.
Tranquility, peace, a better life, which is the main thing for our children, to keep them safe, away from the street gangs. At 19, Rosa is little more than a child herself, but she's already lived a lifetime of fear. She's fled together with her husband and their two children from San Pedro Sula in Honduras, the most dangerous city in the most dangerous country in the world, where gangs control the streets with ruthless brutality. They were asking for half my husband's salary. He was late with the payment, so they said they would kill us. They would rape me in front of him and then kill our children. That's what pushed us to leave, because they mean it.
Rodolfo is only 15, shy and quietly spoken. The eldest of three boys, he's left his mother and his brothers in Honduras after gangs overtook his neighborhood. Like thousands of other teenage boys, he says he had little choice. It was either membership of a gang or violent death.
If
you don't join them, they can kill you or do whatever they like. They took complete control.
He's traveling alone, but already 3 of his friends from high school have gone on ahead. They're now working in California and say they'll help him cross the border.
I would like to work in a restaurant as a waiter. That's what I'd like the most. Whatever God has in store for me, if I make it. That's my dream to get there. It is in God's hands whether I make it or not.
God's hands and the Mexican railways. Or more specifically, a freight train known as the Beast. If Rodolfo and Rosa are to make it to the US, this is the next stage in their journey. You can't travel inside, you can only clamber on top. Rough riding, exposed to the elements and the gangs who threaten and menace along the way. A huddled mass swaying toward America. So we just left about 20 minutes ago. At the top of the train is very crowded and it's incredibly hot. It's about 40 degrees plus. People are shading themselves with whatever comes to hand, cardboard, hats, some of them. I mean, there are hundreds of young men, mainly teenagers, on top of the train, but among them I've seen a good dozen or more very young children. Smugglers spin the story that if you're under 18 and have family in America, you won't be deported. The man riding at the front of the carriage is smuggling 3 teenagers from Guatemala to the border. He agrees to an interview as long as he can hide his face and tells us he's taken much younger children before. He charges $1,200 each.
8, 5, 7 years old. But it's a big responsibility. If you don't manage to bring them over safely, you will get killed or end up in jail. The family will kill you for sure.
Are all the smugglers mafia?
Yes, everyone. You have to have a password, a keyword for you to recognize one another. If you don't have it, you end up dead.
To what extent does it all happen with the officials cooperating, so the immigration and the police?
They are all working with us. Everyone is in on it, so they cannot get out of it, and neither can we.
And so they come, carrying cardboard to sit on. The metal skin of the train grows so hot. This woman, nestled with her 2-year-old between 2 carriages, wants to be reunited with family in the US.
Good job.
Others are just seeking a life only American dollars can buy.
Tell me, how many times have you made this trip?
I come in for 4 times.
4 times.
4 times because in my country is more poor people working too hard for nothing. Maybe for $10 a day. It's terrible life. United States working for $80 or $100 a day.
They push on toward the border, regardless of the robbers, the night, the risk of failure, or even death. The promise of America pulling them northwards for a future that burns brighter than what they've left behind. Kylie Morris, Channel 4 News in Chiapas, Mexico.